Having survived 2 head-on collisions with semis, and despite being careful, suffered slips and falls at various times during my life, while not being a fatalist, my belief is that when you don't court danger, there are times danger will find you. When my office was in New York City at the Brill Building, historically known as Tin Pan Alley, a futon couch was part of my office decor. And there were times when working or meeting clients in the city meant this was also my hotel. During my time there, while occasionally walking the streets later in the evening, it's true, my level of anxiety ratcheted up at times based on who else was sharing the pavement with me. But never once was I approached, threatened, or assaulted. This was back in the 80s when New York was emerging from a dangerous shadow due to Mayor Giuliani's tough-on-crime policies. My daughter has lived in New York for over 20 years. My son lives in Los Angeles. Both cities are considered dangerous because they're painted that way by the media. However, having made a dozen trips to both coasts from Florida, that doesn't actually come across. Actually, there's more an aura of normalcy in both locations. Yes, in New York, there are druggies, crazies, and unsavory characters on the streets. But nowhere does it feel like crossing a minefield. People go about their business and social lives pretty normally.
You got it, babe.
And Los Angeles really isn't any different. My son and his family live only a few miles from the airport and are only a mile away from Englewood, now considered somewhat run down and dangerous.
In upscale Santa Monica, devastating destruction.
But despite scenes of mob thefts and unrestricted shoplifting, the restaurants, shops, and supermarkets I visited when there were the same as those in my suburban existence in Tampa Bay. This is not to say throw caution to the wind, but don't cross off visiting places that have been raked over the coals by the media.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hurrying to catch a subway on my recent visit to New York, my arm was grazed just as the doors closed. Sitting there, I saw there was some bleeding and put a tissue on it. But within just a few seconds, an elderly Asian lady tapped me and handed over some antiseptic towelette packets. That was so kind. Well, most people are also in our corner, and if you look for normal, you will find it, even when least expected.